That was cool. Hey everybody, welcome back to the Y Project. Today we are here with Mr. Marston. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, we're glad that you could make it. We really appreciate that you're sending out the announcements and the Y Project every morning. So thank you for doing that. We really appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Well, let's dive right in. Tell us about why you became a counselor and what keeps you motivated to coming back to work every day.
Well, after college, I worked at a college in Colorado, and I ran a dormitory that had 300 freshmen in it. And so I was in charge of a staff and keeping people safe and doing different things. And that was kind of a crazy job because I lived in the dorm with all the freshmen. And so part of my job was not just running the dorm, but because it was a small college, I did lots of things like academic advising, kind of like helping kids pick their majors, things like that. And I realized there was a lot of kids in college who had no idea why they were in college. They just went because they thought they were supposed to, and their parents said they should go. And after a couple of years of this and watching kids drop out and not go to class and not have a lot of success, I thought, man, I could help with this, and I started thinking about how or where I could, help kids make decisions and help families. And I realized I was probably at a high school, and I found myself doing kind of lots of informal counseling through my job. And so I decided to go back to school and get a master's degree in counseling, and that's kind of how I became a school counselor.
That's so cool. I like that you noticed that there was a problem and then you went after it, I was talking to my students about that. That's how you find out, that's how you get into a job that you're so passionate about, is you notice this problem that you think you can contribute to helping and solving, and then you just go after it. And that keeps your passion, that fire burning every day, I think.
I think that's really true. And I think those that have worked with me for a long time know that's still how I do my job. As I see a problem, either if I'm working individually with a kid or with a family, or even trying to help Mount Baker get better, I really try to tackle how we can get better by solving problems. And so it's exciting to me to problem solve like that. And in my job, it's I do have the opportunity to work with, students who are maybe really high achieving students, and their challenges are different than a student who really doesn't like school or struggles to come to school because things outside of school are really hard for them. And I also have the chance to work with teachers, because I know, and especially working with teachers during this particular time in education, that our kids really rely on our teachers, and they see their teachers every day or every other day, way more than they might see me or Miss Lee. And so a big part of my job, and I take it pretty seriously, is helping teachers support their students, because teachers are talking to their kids all the time. And I really take that part of my job seriously. And I'm really passionate about setting up systems that really help our kids, for sure.
Yeah. Systems help it be more sustainable.
Yes. Yeah, I like systems for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
cool.
Yeah.
Well, tell us about a word of encouragement, or maybe a challenge that you have, or maybe it's a podcast that's been keeping you getting through this time, or a song or something like that.
Yeah. Before I do that though, can I talk a little bit about why I like to come be at Mount Baker?
Yes.
Okay. So for me, this is my 20th year at the school, which is a long time. And what I love about it, there's lots of things I love, but one thing I love is I feel no matter whether I'm working with another teacher or a principal or a secretary or whoever, I feel our primary focus is on what's doing best for kids. And that's always what we try to do. We don't always get it right. Sometimes we don't do it as good as we could or would like to, but we're always working to do what's best for what we think is best for our kids and our community. And that's what we're trying to do right now in this time. And we're not getting it right every day. Teachers are messing up Google Classroom, and we're sending too many emails to parents some days, but our heart and our intent is right. And that's what I love about being at Mount Baker. and it keeps me coming back every day. I'm never bored at my job, and I love being there every single day.
Yeah.
When I think about a challenge or a thought for you now is for students and our families and our teachers, whoever watches this, is to have grace and patience with yourself and start there. And if you're having a bad day, it's okay. If you're not as focused at your job or at school, it's okay. Take a deep breath, acknowledge it, and then get back to it and do the best you can. And I would challenge everyone, kids, parents, teachers, everyone, to be doing that right now, because it's a strange, weird, and difficult time right now.
Yep, absolutely. I think once we feel like it's our new normal, school will be over.
I think so.
So,
Yeah.
yeah, always a good reminder to give ourselves grace.
Yep.
Yeah.
For sure.
Cool. Well, thank you so much for being here. I didn't even realize you've been here at Baker for 20 years. I was 7. So when you started.
Yeah.
So that's awesome. But we're really glad you're there. I know that I really have learned a lot from you, and I know a lot of other people have as well. So thank you.
Cool. Thanks. And thanks for having me on.
Yeah. All right. See you later.
Bye.